Good evening and welcome to Whee Cuisine. It's a college cooking show about creating simple meals on a few ingredients and at a low cost. So today we're going to go through an Italian adventure. We're going to first start with a couple antipastas. There's going to be 3 of them. The first one's going to be a rosemary breadstick. The second's going to be a smashed potato. And then third, we're going to close it up on the antipastas with a prosciutto wrapped asparagus. Then we're going to move on and are going to teach you how to make 2 main courses. The first is going to be a grilled panini, and then the second is going to be a dough for a basic pasta, anything that you could really want in terms of Italian pasta. So come with me and we'll go on an Italian adventure. Before we begin, I'll take a second to talk about antipastas and what they are. Basically, today an antipasta is like an appetizer or something you eat as a precursor to a main course. Traditionally, antipastas worked as the main course themselves in an Italian dinner. So today we're going to make a couple of antipastas as if they were any meal, or we can put them up and use them for a precursor. So we're going to start out with the rosemary breadsticks. To do that, you're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Let me take a second and get out my towel. And first we're going to start with a fresh sprig of rosemary. Just to take a sprig of rosemary and get all the leaves off, just kind of peel them opposite the way they grow. We're going to chop these up kind of coarsely and make them into kind of minced chunks, and then we're going to add a bit of cheese that we've already grated. There's going to be 2 cheeses. There's a Swiss and a Parmesan cheese. And you're going to want to mince this as much as you can because you don't want big leaves in your breadsticks. So this actually calls for some breadstick dough that I would not normally suggest you guys use because it's straight out of a can, kind of no names of course. Just a pre-made dough. It's really as good as any homemade dough you can make, and it's a lot cheaper. So go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get the other ingredients and we'll get ready to make those. So now we're going to add our rosemary and a Swiss cheese that we've already grated. There's going to be 1/3 of a cup about Swiss cheese, and then some Parmesan cheese, 1/4 of a cup, and then about a teaspoon or tablespoon of rosemary. We're going to add these into a bowl and just kind of mix them up together. And this is going to work to coat our breadsticks once we get the dough out and unrolled, and I'll show you guys how to do that. It's alright to leave a little bit of stuff on there because just like anything, it's going to all end up in the same place. So do this. And if you guys watched the trailer, you know that I'm really bad with packages, and it's supposed to explode and it didn't, so I had to make it. So you've got your breadsticks, and you'll get a little roll, and there should be little rectangles within this. If not, just kind of rip these apart, and you're going to fold them in half and then kind of work them together and roll them. Kind of stretch them out, maybe 6 to 8 inches long. Just go through and do that with all the dough. So once we've got all this dough rolled out into breadsticks, you're just going to add it and roll them in the cheese mixture that we already made. So we're going to go ahead and kind of coat it, and you can work it into the dough a little bit just to make sure it stays. And then we'll set these aside once we got those done. You couldn't believe the smell of these things, man. They smell so good. I'm getting hungry. So we're going to just place these pretty much on a simple baking pan. Grab one of these. Just any cookie sheet will work. And kind of space them out a little bit because when things are in the oven, they tend to grow and expand and heat. So we'll leave these out for a second. Like I said, we've got a preheated oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. These should take about 15 minutes to cook. If you're not really sure how long they'll take, you can always read the directions on the box. We haven't added that much to them, so just going to add a little bit more of this stuff over top. And we'll go ahead and place these in the oven.